We are live.
We're live.
We are live. Let's see. Are we?
Yep.
We are.
We are.
Oh, we are. Look
And
at
now we're
that.
going to go IGTV live.
Oh,
Where
my
do I go?
goodness.
Here? Here?
Yeah, move to the right. There we go. Live. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
We are now live.
We're live.
No, wait. This is a different one. Oh, no. Click the cancel one.
Okay.
You have to start it all over again.
Wait, can I just...
No, click that because it's using the picture. Yeah, and we start again. Hello, welcome to Abracadabra. Create what you speak. Let me get my swaggy hair on here
We're live. Wait, why isn't it going live?
because it's using the same picture.
No, there.
It's using the same picture.
Wait, so
From
how do we...
click the X on the top.
I did.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Cancel that. Click the X to end the live.
I did.
Just click end the live.
I did.
Okay. Delete video.
I did.
Let's do that. Now, click on the top plus, top.
I did, right here.
No, wait, hold on.
And then...
Go to live. Okay, hold on. Where's the picture? I don't see the picture. Click the X again. Click on the top, where there is plus, on the top. There you go. Now, on the bottom, scroll to the live. Oh, another one. Now you go.
Do I do the story?
No. Oh, yeah, you could do that. We are in.
Let's see this.
No.
We're live.
No, this will cause a headache. This is like we're
Sorry,
stoned and we don't even
I know,
smoke
like
anything.
psychedelics. Wait. No. Where is the one you found?
One more. Go more to the left. More to the left. No, the other way.
To the right?
Yeah. Another one. Anyway, just do the regular.
Okay.
Just do the regular. We're letting them here hang with the. Well.
Hello.
Well.
Now we're live on IGTV.
And Facebook. And YouTube and I got some itching going on.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Lovely.
Abracadabra. Create what you speak. It's an empowerment program. I'm iLan Azoulai, spiritual mentor and a sound therapist for you who are ready to reclaim your power. Gina Ann. Hello, Gina.
Hi, good morning.
Inner child specialist.
That's right. And happy Halloween.
And happy Halloween.
We're tapping into our inner child of dressing up.
Inner child of, just like being on the loose.
That's right.
This is really kind of like...
I know, I was going to wear the wig, but it looked better on him.
I don't know. Do you think?
Yeah, it looks great.
I don't know. I think I'm going to... I have a thing with the hair. When I grew up, I all the time had this afro hair,
Yeah.
No, seriously, I had this afro hair. And,
it looks great.
And
like I said, going back to our childhood.
And so, it's like in Israel, for example, we don't have Halloween.
Right.
We have Purim. And Purim is I just want to see how are we?
Well, tell them where we're at. Right now.
So in Purim we dress up for a different reason, for a holiday reason, that happened in Judaism. But we are on the road. We are still, and maybe we'll continue to be on the road. It's like
I like being on the road.
I like being now. We are in the tent in my backyard. We have a tent.
Yeah, we have a tent, or he has a tent.
and we are here. So this is like the Moroccan tent.
Yeah.
We got some coffee, although not Moroccan coffee. And
what is your inner child saying today of how you're dressed? What is your inner child saying today? What is your hi Ali, hi Elizabeth?
My inner child. Well, at first I started wearing the galabia, which is from it's like a Moroccan thing. Like at that time they wore this kind of, well, still they wear this kind of long dresses, one-piece clothes. Very easy, actually. Just lift and go.
Kind of like a kilt, but you're wearing pants.
Well, I'm wearing pants.
Do they normally wear pants?
No, it depends.
Just depends.
It just depends.
Probably in this kind of scenario, it's best because the way we're seated.
Yeah. Yes. Especially if we don't go commando. Anyway, so
well,
so yeah.
What's your inner child saying?
Oh, my
today?
inner child. So it was like it started with this, and I was like, you know what? I don't really connect to that old this old tradition thing of where I mean I connect to it, but not in a sense of that's what I want to be when I grow up kind of thing.
Right.
But this is.
I'm telling you.
I
knew it wasn't for me when I brought it. I knew it fits you.
I'm cool with the hair. So. I connect because when I was young, I was like, I had this afro.
Well, you look like a rocker. See?
Yeah,
and he does play the guitar. So today I'm a gypsy and a fortune teller, which is right apropos of what I do.
Apropos.
Popo. So I love dressing up. What I loved about Halloween was dressing up. When I was a child, we didn't have all these elaborate costumes. So we'd be, I was always a gypsy or a hobo, or my mom did make me a Batgirl costume once. But,
wow.
As I got older, that's what I loved about Halloween. Yes, the candy. I love candy. But the dressing up was the most fun because this is where your inner child can come out and have fun.
Yeah. This is you're talking about what your mom dressed you up as. Mm-hmm. And here's I have a traumatic experience to share. All right, I have a traumatic experience to share. Now we're smiling, right? Isn't it funny?
Sorry, I have to fix your bangs.
Fix my hair, darling.
There you go.
All right, thank you. With all this much hair, I got to pay attention to other stuff.
And like this.
I can't. Oh, see? I love doing this all the time.
Look at that, see?
Yeah.
See, us girls.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, man.
It's okay, I won't put your hair in a rubber band, though.
Okay.
Yet.
So, I have to share a traumatic experience.
Okay.
I think I told you that, but I'll
it's okay. It'll be like hearing it for the first time.
Yeah, that's the thing of Alzheimer's. It's all the time exciting from the beginning, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, so I was about 8 or 9 or something like that, and it was Purim, and the camera is here.
Oh.
And it was Purim, and Purim is the holiday where we dress up to be anything that we are not usually, like just to be something different, right? A day where you can be somebody different. And what's the thing is that day, most of the time, we are what we most want to be. On that holiday day, think about this. This is interesting.
I really wanted to be a hobo, but I love.
No, but but there is an aspect. No, listen. The hobo mobo, but there is an aspect.
Hobo mobo Jojo.
Ho
ho and the hobo, and that's in my next book.
So, no, but there is an aspect. There is an aspect. Like, thank you, darling. Thank you. But there is an aspect in that hoboness that there is something, maybe the freedom to not be, to whatever, something that is there. There is an aspect in that character that we are dressed up as. Me with my hair, to me, it's like this. First, it has to tie with music because I come with studied music and since I was a kid, but it's also this. I don't know. This there is some freedom in it.
It is, and it puts you in what I call the role, right? Like. When you put the costume on, it's like all of a sudden it embodies you. That's why I love acting.
Yeah, it's like
you embody the character that you're in, and that's the inner child.
So that inner child, I believe, is that part that is that part that you really connect to, in a costume. So what in a costume do you really connect to, and why? And if we all figure that out. I mean, hey, maybe we can get rid of the costumes and just be us every day.
Well, instead of wearing the masks, right?
Instead of wearing the masks.
Whatever the mask may do, we all wear masks. But that's one of the things why I love the work that I do, because I'm an inner child specialist. So it's tapping into not the surface of the mask. Yeah, the mask is what is revealed, but underneath it is getting to what I call the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to wear the mask. Yes, dressing up is fun. That's part of it. But this is symbolic of why we did it today. It's not about Halloween or pyramids.
Of course not. No. Yeah. It's to bring you a message, to go with you through an experience, To go, when we're talking outside of the program, it's different than when we talk in the program because we have a new level of connection, of understanding. It's interesting. But in a costume, we connect to this place, right? I think it's a
Yeah,
good. I think
we
it's a
do.
good exercise. It's a good to what part in that costume you connect to,
Mhm.
and why. What does it
Okay.
make you
What do
feel?
you connect with? Like when you tried on the wig, you didn't have the wig before I got here. So when you put the wig on, did it change the
Yeah,
entire
totally,
feeling? What did it
totally,
change?
totally. Um, Now I'm putting it to words, right? Because it was
What
feelings.
was the feeling first?
It was freedom.
Freedom.
I was like, I can. I remember when I was. I didn't even finish the first trauma. I'm going to the next trauma.
See, getting to the umbilical
Well,
cord.
there you go.
Cord.
But let me finish the first one.
Okay.
The first one was I was 8 or 9, and my mom used to sew all my costumes. So in the beginning, I had like all the Superman and everything. She sewed by hand, like everything by
Oh,
hand. But then one Purim, she wanted me to dress up as My Fair Lady. An 8 or 9 or 10 year old kid with a My Fair Lady, she had this big blonde wig, you know, big blonde wig, this dress with the shushu, whatever you call it.
ruffles, like
Well, right, yeah,
yeah,
but
like
with the white,
yeah, the white.
like you get married in,
Oh, like a wedding dress.
like a
Yeah.
wedding dress.
Okay.
Probably it was hers when she was 12,
Yeah, maybe.
because she got
I
married
forgot.
12, and this. Okay, so makeup and everything. But the only thing I think that gave it away because when we were walking down the streets and I was walking with her, people would say, "Oh, what a sweet girl!" Like
Well, because
literally.
your eyes, you have
I
those
had I
long
had long
eyelashes.
eyelashes, but you know what gave it in? My work boots.
So, did you want to be that or not? Because you
No,
said,
I hated that. I
and
hated that.
okay, and so you didn't really have a say.
Well, yeah. No, here's the thing. When you're born, let's take the extreme. When you're born into bondage, you don't know that you have another option.
True.
Okay,
Mm.
so the way that I grew up didn't. I mean, yes, there was a rebellious part in me, but it was only to a certain extent, at least at that age.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
it's really interesting.
how
We
was
couldn't
the?
afford a lot of costumes, the intricate costumes, but
Yeah.
it wasn't even about affordability. I mean, I grew up in Texas, Lido, Texas. And
Yeah,
yeah, and so again, a gypsy was easy. I love being a gypsy, though. I really felt that even now, I like
yeah.
being a
It
gypsy.
fills you. It
It's in my
fills
next.
you.
A gypsy and a
It's
hobo.
like,
Gypsy is not anything, and a hobo is not a homeless. A hobo is someone that hops the freight trains to look for work.
you've done that too.
I've done that too. I've hopped a freight train. Absolutely.
And you were like 3 days. How many days did
Three
you?
days
Three
from
days
Van
on the
Nuys to Ojai. Yeah. Hey,
trains of
hi, Keith.
Venice. She owes you money.
Yeah, exactly.
She owes you tickets.
No, I was following Mark Twain, right? I was a teacher at the time. So, but this is
And
what
the
I love.
teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I love about the costumes, right? Because you do embody. This is what I love about acting. It gets you in touch with the emotions of what you're feeling in the moment. And so, when there is trauma, like you said, we would go back to that moment. How did that moment make you feel when you had to dress up as My Fair
Well,
Lady? Did you want to be something else?
I don't remember at this moment, at this point. I think I wanted anything else but that. But here's the thing, it's like, but I have one picture of it, you know, and it's interesting because if I look now at everything that transpired in my life and how things turn out, you know, it it's my path. It was my path. The reason I'm here is because I'm not there. You know,
Oh, that's a good line.
it's
Say
like
that again. The
the
reason
reason I'm here is because I'm not over there. Right? I'm not there. I'm here,
here.
and that's a good reason enough
But you
because.
came from there to be here.
But now we're talking about now, right? We're talking about the now, right? All the time,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so now we're here, but everything that happened before that prepared me for where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So we can look at traumas and we can say, how was this good for me? How was this good that somebody uh, got mugged or got sexually abused or beaten up or
Mm-hmm.
whatever? And if we come out of this emotional, we don't have. Wait, we have something. If we come out, I want to finish this line before I look at that. If we come out of that emotional attachment and just look at it like a map and say, like a map without any emotions, because truth has no emotions. Truth is as it is what it is, right? Everything else is what we attach to. So we come out of the emotions, we'll see that also this was in the path of the person. Also, this was in the path of the person that at this point, yes, in physicality, suffered a loss or pain or that kind of thing,
Right.
or things that I know that I've gone through, but I also understood that I needed to go through it while I was going through it.
Right. But the costume representing of who we are, like my son always wanted to be Batman and Superman.
That
So
represents an aspect of what your son wants.
what
Right?
exactly? So a gypsy, I wanted that freedom to be me.
Yeah.
A hobo, I wanted to go. Oh, my cousin Diana's on. Hi, Diana, Chinky.
Chinky,
Happy
Chinky.
Halloweeny. So I do feel costumes that we choose are representative of what we want. So I think
What
that's
we
a really
want,
good
yeah.
point. So that's the inner child, and we
Exactly.
all have the inner child.
Exactly. We all have that.
And we do, when you put on a costume, you put on makeup. It's like women, right? Or men. We're at home, our hair
Are
is
you
up,
hinting on something?
Oh, so beautiful.
Oh, fixing it.
So,
baby.
but when we go out, us women, like we dress up, we put our we embody that, right? It makes us feel good.
Yeah, that's right. Now the question is, we can go in forever. The
Yeah.
question is, do you feel good because you are already used to and brought up in a social acceptance, a social stigma that this is how it's supposed to be? Just like girls that believe, that dream from the 13 to get married, but they really don't care who. They just want to get married at 20 because that's what they've been brought into, that life and that social construct and familial construct. Sometimes, I'm not saying, but we can go into it
I'm
forever.
not making it heavy. No, for me it's light.
Yeah.
For what costumes and putting on makeup is light. It's
See, I'm
fun.
thinking like a woman. I go like
Me, I'm thinking like I'm just dressing because it's fun.
No, it's fun. It's fun, but for me, the fun is to understand why too.
Sure, and
For
I
me, that's the
understand
fun.
that. But when I have my Girl Scouts, I would take them to Sephora. They were like literally 9-10 years old, and they would like flood themselves with makeup, and we would walk out. But
Julie asks, "Are you sure two of you are in costume?"
no, not at all. We're in costume. This is who we are.
Exactly.
That's why I said I'm a gypsy. I'm a fortune teller.
That is the thing. Yeah.
That's why we chose these costumes.
So the question comes to kind of rolls into what I wanted to talk about, and to just play around with it, because it's really about play. It's really understanding things, and like you are beautifully saying that, everything has to be with play. Because if it's no play, there's no fun, and there is no really lightness. Being spiritual doesn't have to be heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I pour of you some of this thing.
Medicine. See, it's a spiritual psychedelic. No, it isn't about play.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old you are. I have a saying in my house. It says, "You don't grow old." I think you took a picture of it. You grow old when you stop playing.
Exactly.
And when we stop playing, it does. We can play till the end of our breaths. And for me, this is playing today. It's not about Halloween and Purim or anything. Yes, it's about Halloween and Purim. And what you said about spirituality, play, spirituality is a science. Spirituality for me is not just a label, it's a state of being. Play is a state of being. You can go out and try to organize play, but play sometimes is in the simplest of laughter. And it is like you're in a wig. It's funny, but there's actually something in it.
There is something, it's like in every situation, it's like, what is the opportunity? Now, and what is this representing? I mean, what are we not spiritual now? I mean, I totally disagree with that. Why did I ask the question?
What do you mean you disagree?
I disagree that we're not. I disagree that we're not that being in play is not spiritual.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
It is. And here's the thing, and it's humor. And when we say play, it's humor. Among whatever it is. I like that.
Humor and human. Oh, you have a mustache too.
Humor and
human.
Humor.
Well, you know what hue is. Hue means whatever the derivative, right? The Latin.
So humorin.
So you want a double mustache?
No, human and human.
No,
and,
you're here.
Yes. I was trying to, double mustache because of this.
Yeah. God, I didn't get you a blonde wig.
Yeah, you did. I think there's some. Oh, there's
some
a blonde hair.
Highlights.
There's a blonde hair.
No, but this is the point. I love that spirituality. They think it's no religious connotation either.
No.
It's a state of being. It's a state of play. It's a state of
exactly.
Like a crystal. What's a crystal? Sometimes it means different things for everyone.
So yeah, that's right. By the way, if you are just joining us, we are at my tent here. Yes. Something said somebody? Oh,
Julie?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We read it. Yeah, so we're at the tent. We're on the road, Abracadabra, since we I'm kinda okay that we moved around.
I like being on
I
the
kind
road.
of moving
I'm a
around,
gypsy,
you know.
so being on the road is
Yeah,
my
but
thing.
but you just today brought the gypsy today, so the gypsy starts from today. Didn't you mention it in the programs, other programs, that you're a gypsy?
No, but I like being on the road. I
Okay,
like the
that's
freedom.
the thing. Yeah, we are on the road, and so now we're in the tent. It's not a far road. It was a short road drive from from the studio to the tent.
And
It's a
it's fun.
short walk, and I like it. I think this is.
It
Tell us
sends a
what you
vibe.
think. Do you like? I like this
Yeah,
place.
tell us what you think, and I'd
I
like
like
to know
this
what
place.
some of your favorite costumes. I teach
Yeah.
a class of fairy tales, which
Oh
JoJo
yeah,
is the
the
fairy
one that
tale
you started in the school,
in
right? Yeah.
Manhattan Beach and public speaking debate.
Yeah, that's
And I
cool.
asked them, I said, what was your favorite Halloween costume, and what is your favorite Halloween costume? It was really interesting
What
to
was
hear.
and what is?
Yes.
Oh really?
And so,
So.
they're only 5 and 7 years old, but they're very evolved and um, very evolved children.
Oh wow.
And then I even asked them, what's your superpower now? And what would you like your superpower to be? Me,
Oh.
I picked this simple. I want to be invisible, which I would.
You
I
can do
would
all
like to
kind
be
of things.
invisible and I can float everywhere. So,
But
hi, Miss Hageman. Hi, Tara.
you can't wear anything.
So, yeah, well, you can't
Oh,
wear
so,
anything. Who cares? Then
okay.
we're free. We go back to the birthday suit, the childhood,
Exactly.
the inner child.
Yeah.
And some of them said such
Yes.
fascinating things. They wanted to teleport, they wanted to
Wow.
shapeshift. I was like, they wanted to have all the superpowers. They wanted to be ice and turn things into. It was fascinating.
There's nothing to do with the old stuff like
Right.
Alice in Moomuland and all this kind of
Moomaland,
stuff.
yeah. No, it was very,
Oh
very
wow.
much evolved, which the children are like, they are a golden ticket, so to speak. They're the ones that
Well,
are leading us.
the new generation that was born after the 90s, they're all evolved. You know, all that we've worked for all these years, they're already in born with it in them, their understanding, their way of looking at things, also if it's all computers, but their way of connecting, the way of understanding these very complex
That's right. We don't have to say it's spiritual. You don't have
no,
to say the word.
it's like we're talking about the kids of today, like you're
Mhm.
saying, oh, their gifts are to teleports, or that's what they wanted. It's like, can you imagine an evolved generation trick or treating? Can I
Mm.
have a gluten free, please?
Oh,
Can I have sugar free?
exactly.
Can I have non
Exactly.
GMO?
Exactly.
And this
That's a
woman,
great. We hated when we got pencils.
I was like, give me the. No, but
Yeah.
you know, to that this generation, they want
Right.
GMO, non GMO,
Right.
earthly friendly, green. Was this candy made in China?
It,
All this kind of stuff.
well, what's interesting about candy? I can never eat a Kit Kat again. Let me tell you why. My
Why?
daughter, okay, so my daughter came over. My daughter's 23 and my son is 26. Christopher and Megan, my babies. So Megan came over and we had a nice dinner and everything. And then she bought some Kit Kats, which I love. I love candy, Kit Kats. So I had one and I'm like, oh no, Megan, it's good. She ate the whole bag. So 2 in the morning she comes. Oh, okay. She had projectile around 3:30 in the morning. Projectile. It was Kit Kat. I can never eat a Kit Kat again. So now
What would she do?
she got sick on the Kit. She ate a whole bag of Kit
What would she
Kats.
do?
She puked. She
Oh,
projectile puked.
like
Like
you
I
don't want
know.
it to
I
get to
hope
do
she,
it.
I
You
hope
don't
she,
want it to get it to do it
I
again,
know.
right?
Yeah, okay. See, I'm so gullible sometimes. It's like a massage, right, Julie? Like a massage. You're gullible and vulnerable. Yeah. This little girl, oh my gosh. So this little girl, and I'm like, and I love Kit Kats. I'm like, thank you, Megan. I'm going to switch back to Heath Bar. But why did I bring this up? I don't know why I brought it. It doesn't matter. It's about candy. Oh, when you said gluten free and all that.
gluten free.
So we can never eat Kit Kats again. This
Well,
poor little girl.
I like Kit Kat.
I can't eat it again.
So let's go. So I want to go back to, we were talking about the inner child. The inner child is really, in a costume, we're dressing up as what we want to be, or something that there is something that we identify with. So it kind of brings me to this topic of our is our journey predestined? Is our journey pre-selected, or is our journey pre conceived?
You mean like, do we have this soul contract that we're designed, even though we have free will?
Exactly. We have a soul contract. Right. So we have a soul
Okay.
contract.
This is interesting. Go ahead.
No, right. Here's the thing, that our soul is cumulative. Our memory is recitative, so to speak. It's like in when we go through the experiences, when we're talking about past lives, right? We're talking about past lives, and we recognize certain things, and we've been there, and we understand, and there are certain people that have a higher degree of understanding because their soul is more advanced, and some people are
They've learned their
they've
lessons.
learned their lessons,
Right.
right? So when we are here, and we have a soul contract that has to do, for example, with money. Okay, we have something or soul contract with the person about certain things. When we come here, our soul is being elevated by learning the lesson, right? By learning the lesson, by actually learning the lesson and shifting the perception.
That's the hope and faith of it, right?
Right.
So how about somebody who is doing life in prison for an unconscionable violent act? Was that his soul contract?
That's a good point. That's a good question. This question is many times asked by, when the person experiences that, they ask that. They ask for that. We choose our journey when we come here.
See, this is where I'm a little hazy. This is
Yeah,
where, which is
there is.
interesting. Which I love your point of view.
I
And
mean,
there's no right or
the
wrong.
question is, what hazy are you about? Are you hazy about the fact that this is a possibility, or are you hazy about the fact that this is a possibility?
You mean I'm looking at it from an emotional standpoint
Yeah.
rather
Are you?
than?
Are you?
I think I'm looking at it at a logical and an emotional and my life experiences here
Mm-hmm.
that I've incurred so far. I think wrapping my brain around it because I see it. I get emotional. I'm sensitive to the fact of like watching another person suffer. Did we really choose to do that in this lifetime? I think it could be emotional. You're probably absolutely right. It's just I have a very difficult wrapping my logical brain around because my heart feels like a child, you know,
So here's
suffering
yeah,
or a person suffering,
yeah.
and yes, we've all suffered. We're all going through things, and that we asked for this. I don't know. I
So
don't know.
so here's the thing. Also, the fact that you are emotional about it because it's natural to see somebody is suffering. This is where we connect. This is where you and that person connect, because by you experiencing the pain and the suffering of that person, you are going by yourself on your own lesson that you had to experience, and that person is your connector. The same way the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
By him seeing you, we don't know what that, because you've told me stories about when you were working with the court system.
Oh, yes.
You told me about stories, and stuff like
Felony,
that.
yeah.
And you told me about situations where certain people saw you. That could have also caused within them a certain movement. This is where all the circles where we're all connected. This is all connected to one another. And so my experience by you and me sitting here, you know, I have what to learn from this, and I'm going through this experience, even if we're talking about this, the inner child, and going through all these things, and so do you. We may be conscious of it, we may not. The fact of the matter is that it's happening. And so when the person you're talking about, the person that sits in jail, and did he have a choice when he? Again, I'm not going to a specific thing. I'm not
No,
here
it's
to.
hypothetical.
It's
I get
hypothetical,
it.
but
Of course.
but there are many details to the story, but the story is just a story, right? So, but he made a choice to do that. Yes, he made a choice. The free will that we have is all the time in the intersection, not after we chose the path.
Yeah, it's like a fork in the road. Which way do you go, left or right?
That's right.
Or the
So,
middle?
so once I go, well, that
A fork is three prongs. So.
American fork.
Is there a two
Oh,
fork?
of course. You know the thing with the chicken where you take the big one to stick the chicken in?
Oh, the piercing. Oh,
That's
geez.
two.
Okay, see, I can't even hear that. See, him just saying piercing the
So,
chicken, I
so I
can't
don't
go
know. I
there.
mean, I think
See the
you're.
pain?
I
I
mean,
can't, because I visualize it and then I feel the in my stomach. So
so
I
it's
think I'm
like
that empathicism,
no,
which
it's
my
okay.
brother Michael might be on. Hi, Michael. He says I didn't address him last time, so I'm addressing my
Hello,
brother
Miguel.
Michael.
Miguel. Oh
So,
no, but you
oh
look.
wait,
We have to
I'm
look
looking
here.
at there. Sorry,
Look
I'm
here. Yeah.
technology. So thank you to everyone joining on IGTV. I am paying attention. If you have a question or comment, please. We're both eyeballing.
Thank you
it,
for being here,
so.
Abracadabra. We are
Yeah.
creating what we're speaking, actually.
Well, I
You
learned
know.
something from you before that I was conscious, but maybe not fully conscious of. I tend to, when I get in an emotional state, I, like you called it, ping pong back dialogue. It's not being argumentative or anything, but it can come across that way. It's because I get nervous. I don't want the confrontation or the hurt
Yeah,
of someone else.
yeah.
Like, it's like somebody asking me for my number and I don't want to give it, but I don't want to hurt their feelings.
But
And I'm
yeah,
like,
I hear
where
you.
is that in me where I can't? Now I feel if I felt I was threatened or my life or it's not a matter of that. It's just I don't want to.
It's not about it's taking on you everything else. It's taking on you everything else, and it is, and you are okay to you're being told, so you're giving that. But because you're also doing what you're doing, maybe there is a way of harnessing your your gift, your power, so it doesn't spill out and attract those that are
Well, I
you
think
know
I'm always going to attract people who seek some sort of guidance
you
because
are
it's who I am.
you are,
So
but
it's
there
my
is
instinct to
a
give
way.
my number. I'm like, oh, maybe he needs assistance in something as
No,
well.
but you know the thing. I told you this. I think it's something that I also recognize.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like sometimes we see that fire, that flame. It's like here, like the mic, right?
Yeah, I'm like, it's the
Right. That's the
microphone
microphone,
again.
man. Right.
No, I like to get close to the
So
fire because it's
exactly,
delving into the psychological, emotional, and physiological
it's
curiosity.
exciting. It's
It's exciting.
exciting
I
physically.
don't want
Why?
anyone hurt,
No,
but
no,
I'm
but
like,
still, but the
I like
fact,
getting close. I like the zany.
but the
I
fact is,
attract the zany.
no, I get it. But the fact is, you come to you cross the line and then you want to retract, and then that's creating the other side to
Could be, but that's their
so
story, not mine.
no, but there is an instigator. There is always a cause and effect, right? There you do something, there is an effect to that. There is an effect to that what you did, right? It's like you're talking about the 20 years guy. There is an effect to that. There is a cause and there is effect, and this is part also of the duality as I see that.
Right.
It's like there is, we do A and we're B. Why are we not there? Because we're here. Why is black? Why is white? It's like if it's not here. So there is always this play,
Push pull.
this push pull, this ping pong, right? Right. It's
Yeah.
like all this is like a push pull, and we're always being a push pull. The thing with the number is, I think that there is definitely is, you are just good by default. You're so kind, you're so good, and
Oh,
this is something that many find it when you are so good and so kind, and because there is so much also pull from the other side, then then there are those who will answer the call,
right.
right? But then, like when you say this is me,
We just
right?
had a deja vu.
Yeah, we've been here before.
Oof.
So
Okay.
just like you're saying, just like you're saying, uh, what you're saying, that you want to give the number or whatever, you want to help somebody, or oh, maybe he's this, maybe he's that. Do you think that this is your person, you who you are, or is this responding and being part of a predator lane or a trail, part of a wound or a pattern?
I think it could be both. I think
Okay,
it's a blend. Recognizing, and this is great, recognizing your pattern, or
exactly.
when you're conscious of something that doesn't sit right, that's your intuition. We all have intuition. It's a perfect opportunity to feel it. So I always say pain, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, is an alert for our body to heal it. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
this coming up in this situation was like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to recognize. And this, when I recognize it and you allowed me to, you didn't shush it down. I'm like, wait, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
What that means.
yeah.
Where is this coming from? Without me getting defensive or getting my feelings hurt. I'm like, oh, this will be an opportunity so I can heal this part of me of why did I feel I had to give it to him? Why did I feel that? Why do I feel like I have to help everybody? That's
But
not doing me a service, even so it'll allow me to help others. I don't sometimes follow my own
maybe there was
guidance.
some kind of an inner fear or threat from that person. Maybe there was some
I
kind of
didn't
like,
feel any threat. I just felt I didn't want to. He asked and he was sweet and he was kind and this is what I do. And he was very excited about his work.
I can imagine.
Very excited about his
Anyway,
work. He said he's an artist in that. And I gave him a tool. Sometimes it's hard for me not to read. And so I think he appreciated that. And I think that was part. There are always this this duality of I'm a woman, but also I'm very kind, maternal.
Yeah.
So
So
there's this duality that I felt within him as in retrospect, I recognize, and I'm like,
yeah,
yes, I'm part of that or cause of that.
yeah,
So anyway, I learned something. We learned something just literally 3 minutes before we went live, and I'm
yeah.
like,
That's
I
right.
wanted to address it now
That's
because
right.
it was still laying
Yeah.
heavily on me, and I think it could assist other people. And so, thank you for that. I think I'm
Well,
always
thank
constant
you're
learning
welcome.
with every person that
This is what
cross our paths.
this is how we do. We, when we come together, we always there is always an opportunity. We can always choose to, hey, see what's going on, or we can be in this emotional state. We say, why do you do this to me? Why, instead of just looking at something just as a map, just like, oh, is it possible that giving the, for example, the number or feeling the way that you felt, or feel,
No, I can take
oh,
it
je
serious.
trouve si bon, je te dire bon, Charles
It's
Jacques
the
Le
inner
Fagi.
child in
I
overdrive.
love the anyway. The giving the number, giving I don't want to, but giving the number maybe comes from a place of that
No,
fear of that.
I'm going to
Just,
pull it back to, was that in my soul contract to give my number because I had to learn from
no,
that?
no, no, no. That is something else. That I think is that there are cause and effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, so you are here to learn, for example, about love. Okay, now we can say it. Oh, it's very generic, but yes,
I was
it is, and it is to learn
till
about
21.
love. It is to learn about love. And again, we can go into this.
And what's love?
No, we can go into this whole thing. What I can say about this is that the Torah is love. Water is love. The Torah has 70 faces. 70 faces to every. By the way, every situation, every subject has 70 opinions about it. No more than 70 opinions. And so for love has 70 faces.
Yeah.
And so there are so many ways and so many faces to love and to express love and to be in that space of love and to be in love and to be in this place of gratitude and understanding and accepting of the other person. It doesn't mean that if I'm in this space, I can be. So I'm not in that space. If I love somebody in a certain way, I don't love somebody in a different way. This is different different ways. So for example, you are here. So now as we know, all the rivers, right, lead to the same ocean. So all that you're experiencing from that place, from that energetic space of that which you need to learn from or about. So for example, if it is love that you are here to learn about, or money, or whatever, and what is in love, right? Relationship. And it's not only the relationship between me and you, it's between me and me, then there is you, and then there is my relationship to this. Like, how is this going on?
The
Like,
relationship to
how
the other
how
me over
how
here.
the relationship between you, the two people or three people, that relationship, it's the relation between the two. And so the actions that are being done, let's say somebody, yeah, hold on.
Oh no,
If
you have
somebody,
what?
the action that somebody did,
You
I'm,
drink. Okay, good.
the action that somebody did or somebody said, you said like, oh, did I need to learn this? This is all in that same path. This is all because you're talking about love into yourself, into recognizing that. So, what if somebody said, come here? Does that mean that you have to come here?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're talking about soul contract and what we feel. Just like we're in costume, right? We're kind of, it's fun, it's playful. Oh, hi, Danya. She's from Alito, Texas, too. Um,
Yeah. Hello.
we're having a cover. It's almost like your costume disappears because I'm seeing the soul essence of you.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm going off track, but it's all about the soul essence. So I do believe we come in this world to learn a lesson. Now, whether you believe that we keep going or we stop and we go, heaven and hell, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
You're mixing many things here.
that's
You're
what I'm
mixing
saying.
many things here
Well, that's
because
what a costume is.
I don't know though. When you said heaven and hell, that triggered me because that is a dogmatic representation
That's right.
of
It's a religious,
of what
but
is.
that's not what I believe or not believe. It's what some people believe. That's what we're talking about soul contract
Yeah.
and past lives.
So when we come together, people that you have strong contact with, people that you feel, how many times you meet somebody and said, you know what, feels so familiar, right? Feels so familiar. 99.9763. Man.
6'3". I was like trying to figure it out. I'm trying to. Well, you said something interesting about love.
is that we are connected, and it's probably from the same also spiritual tribe, and so the saying of the world is a stage and we're all actors, it's totally is not just literal, it's figuratively and literally speaking, because in another lifetime you could have been my sister,
Could be.
and it's like, or somebody else, and it could be male or female. And so when I was talking about the soul remembers, the soul is cumulative. We're going through these experiences, and our soul remembers, and that's also, well, that's a whole different story. I don't want to go into something. Soul remembers, but then when we come here every time, our mind is getting reset. It's like rediscovering the essence, and by rediscovering the essence, we are going through the experiences of which we need to learn from.
So if we don't learn the lesson,
We
then we repeat it in the
we
next
we, we,
life, is what you're
repeat, we
saying.
repeat it. We can't. It's a completion, because if you don't complete a puzzle, I'll come back to it later.
Okay, so let's say we
Right,
have,
right, right.
sure,
I don't complete a puzzle. You know what? I'll
or
do
you
this
put it
part
in the
first,
wrong piece,
or put it in the wrong piece. Exactly.
right? Have you never and you try to make it fit, right?
Or like, you know what is putting in the wrong piece, for example, is that wrong also?
Exactly.
Exactly. So
Exactly. Is it wrong because the piece doesn't fit exactly in the puzzle?
the thing is
It's like
in
coloring out of the lines. Go ahead and color out of the lines. I tell
exactly,
the children, you don't have to color in lines. If you want to
exactly.
color out of the lines, or you want your pumpkin to have 5 eyes, it's okay. So we were talking about
You know,
dogma, right?
yeah, like, yeah.
Right. That's really interesting because children are, when they would teach art at your fingertips, it has to look exactly like. So, like,
Like
why?
even the kids that you
Why?
were teaching, they thought that you are going to, the teachers, not the kids, thought that you're
Not the
going to,
children.
wanted you to teach them about Alice in Fartland or whatever.
Yeah, and which is fine. But so I taught, they want a certain mechanism of, and I respect that. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I didn't want to talk about the evil or the. How about let's talk about sneezy, dopey, grumpy, and let's act out the emotions.
There we go. Yeah, that's
Let's
cool.
act out
That's
the
cool.
emotions of
That's
what's
cool.
sneezy and grumpy
That's cool.
and what does dopey mean? Like, they wanted me to even eliminate dopey. Why? What does dopey represent? For me, it's about the children. We shortchange them.
Yeah,
We
you're right. You're right.
shortchange the children, and we shortchange ourselves as we get older because we still have that inner child
In
with
fact,
us.
look at the teacher that wanted to teach that dogmatic thing. Well, the kids wanted something out of the box,
Correct.
something new,
Right.
right? Wanted something new, and this is the child, this is the inner child. It's not just connecting. So there are two aspects here, because then when we're working with the sounds with the Tibetan bowls, this is part of the work that I do when we work, is working first with sound, but uh, um, man, why did I bring this up?
Well, the inner child, I
The
think
inner
you're
child. So
saying,
it's not.
out
So
of the
there.
box.
So there are several aspects, right? So there is the connection to our inner child, but then there is also the expression of the inner child. So connecting to the inner child is okay, but it's not enough, because we want to express it, and expressing coming through the throat, you know, and the throat chakra is many times number one blocked. If there are any blockages, usually it is throat chakra, because there is some other aspect that is not being represented, that is not spoken, that is not expressed. For example,
So it's
so
like a short circuit, so to speak.
no, it's a short circuit. I call it a spiritual traffic jam.
Even better.
It's a spiritual traffic,
Right.
because there is, and then when I work with with a ball, if there is a blockage somewhere, then the energy won't transfer, and the body will tell me what's going on. But
It's
that's
fantastic.
that's part of the, you went through that.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's part of the, how through the physical we are moving spiritual items. How through the physical we're getting spiritual. It could be by speech, it could be by sound. Speech is also sound, abracadabra. But here's an interesting thing about religion, dogmatic crap, and all this thing.
How do you really feel?
Well, listen, my story, but maybe they don't know.
Yes. And
But
exactly.
but the whole thing is the word sin.
Mm.
The word sin. Interesting. The word sin in English is you've sinned, and usually it's connotated to something negative. You've done something wrong, you've sinned, you come and confess to somebody who is there to, as in the role of removing your sins and allowing you to be atoned. Um, And really in Hebrew, chet, the word chet comes from the word lehachti, to miss the target. Yep. And that is what happens. This is really what it is. The Messiah, I don't believe, is somebody in wings and beard. Messiah is our higher consciousness. The Messiah coming into messianic times is being in times where we are understanding in the level and in the capacity that we haven't before, and it is a higher, is a grandeur expression of the divine, and we understand that, and we can talk about this in a way that is not infringing on anybody's rights, that is not here to
Judge.
offend anybody, and definitely not judge. There is only love and acceptance and truth has no emotions. And so when we are, so the word miss, meaning, oops, hello darling,
Make a wish.
it's a mosquito.
Oh, so don't make a wish.
Mosquito. Mr. Mosquito, bring me a wish.
Well, maybe that was a message.
Or maybe it was a message. I was like, maybe it was a message. Hey, And so the word sin is really to miss, and to miss a target. And why do miss a target? Because there is a cause and effect. We do something, maybe we missed something in our understanding. Maybe maybe come back and to do that, or even in this lifetime, how great it is when you've, for example, what you share with everybody that you've had a revelation about, an understanding about. How great it is to understand something when you're still when you're conscious.
Well, you are, instead of being asleep, what is being conscious and asleep? You brought up morality, which I think are cause and effect. For me, morality, that's another word, and I'll use the word morality, is man-made. So there is no cause and effect. However,
oh, that's interesting. Wait. Say it again.
Morality is man-made. Therefore, there is no cause and effect. However, spirituality, like I said, a state of being, God, love, whatever your words are, universe, whatever your words are, always has cause and effect because it is in the essence of God.
Okay, but I didn't say that. But morality has nothing to do with cause and effect.
That's right. It has no cause
No,
and effect.
I didn't say so. Did I?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I'm just saying.
Roll the tape.
I'm building upon what you say.
Okay.
So I'm agreeing with you. I'm building upon it.
Okay.
So when you think about it, morality, again, the dogma, if you do
but
this,
you brought you. It's interesting that you brought up more, because the contrast of, because this is how many times we live. No, you're right. Morality, we're seeing as morality, we're replacing cause and effect with morality. We're saying, oh, this is moral, this is not moral.
That ties in with sin.
That ties in with sin.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
It took me a blonde moment. Took me a little moment.
So this is where I'm saying, if you think about that.
No, it's right. You're absolutely right.
There's nothing wrong with the religion. There's beautiful, aspects to it, and traditions.
Tradition.
And ritualistics that are just so heartfelt and fun. But I'm bridging upon what you said.
No, this is great. This is great. No, because many times we live and we replace the cause and effect with morality. You didn't do this, God is punishing you.
Oh yeah.
You didn't do this, and this is how I grew up. You didn't do this, God is punishing you. You didn't do this, God will punish you.
Yeah.
If you don't do this, God will punish you.
Went to the grocery store. Remember they'd have those Brock aisles at the Kroger in Texas?
Oh yeah,
Kroger? Or we had Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly. Kansas City, I remember. Piggly Wiggly.
So I was like around 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, around that area, and I this is the intuition, just like giving the number. I knew something was kind of funny. They had the Brock, and it was a butterscotch, and I wanted it, but I'm like, am I supposed to take it, or is it stealing? I didn't know the word
but
stealing.
You took it.
I took it, and I choked on it. My mom goes, see? God was punishing you. I've never touched another one.
But here's the thing. When I say that when we want to create a reality, and many times, what do we get? What we don't want. You say, I don't want to think about. I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. I hope this will not happen. I just want that. Boom, this happens.
Oh
Why?
My gosh!
Because I put the energy there. So the whole thing with your candy, I'm going to be punished. I'm going to choke on it. You choked on it. It's just like the time where I told you.
I didn't know I was going to choke on it.
No, but you were but your dogma.
Yes.
We don't need to know about this.
It was stealing, so something bad had to happen.
But here's the thing. You thought it was stealing. What did you do? You invited the energy in. You are like consumed in it, and you judged yourself. And you judge yourself, and you got the punishment from. No, but doesn't matter. But you judge yourself.
Yeah.
Like if your mom tells you something today, you will just like, all right, mom, I love you, and then you do what you want, right? So, but At that time, no.
Yeah.
At that time, no. So you believed it. You believe that you'll be punished. Hopefully, I'll do it. Hopefully, it'll go away. Hopefully, I won't do it
I'm
again. I won't
sorry,
do
I'm
it
sorry.
again.
And
I'm sorry. I
I
won't do it
thought
again. Oh,
everything. Sorry, I stuck to a clean life,
right.
so to speak.
What?
I did eat another
Remember,
butterscotch later on, but I bit it because I was so afraid I was going to choke.
you remember? You remember? I was telling you that story when I was when I lived in. I just moved to Boston. It was like 2000 or something, and I learned how to rollerblade. Right?
How perfect with your hair and
Oh man,
in the
I could see in
wind.
Boston, the Boston River, on the Charles River,
There you
on the Charles River, going like
Yeah.
this, you know, and I didn't get it at that time that you have to push with your back leg in order to move rather than to do with your front leg. Doesn't matter. So, but when was I rollerblading the best? When I wasn't thinking, when I was just enjoying the wind.
Yep.
It's like because I released my mind of thinking about that, and I was able to do that. But then I saw this girl standing at
Here we go.
there's always a woman involved, right? I was this girl standing at the corner somewhere like 50 feet or 100 feet or whatever that was there, 100 yards, 20 yards. And I was like, oh my God, I just hope I don't fall at her knees.
You said that in your mind.
I said it in my mind.
Okay.
And I was like, oh man,
love
that'll be embarrassment if I do fall her in the knees.
Embarrass.
I'm embarrassing. Embarrassing. I'll be embarrassing.
Oh God, I love this story. Go ahead. I love this
So
story.
now the thing is that there was a curve, right? And all the time before a curve, I was like, oh my God, there is a curve. And then I would follow the curve. And guess what happened? I fell at her knees. Luckily, it was a sand. I fell on the gravel. So I saw I'm falling. And I fell on her knees right in front of her. And she's standing here and right in front of her. And she's looking at me. I don't know if she was wanting to laugh or to scream or whatever, but I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't bring the ring.
Perfect. But see, that was a great comeback.
So it was like,
but it's what you put in your head, yeah.
But it's what I put in my head that is happening.
Yeah.
And imagine this data where you start and everybody is like yelling at you and this and the hair gets in your face and
hi Chris.
And and then the cop gives you a ticket and then you have a flat tire. This is all a big ball of
it's
snow.
how you see. I always tell people, okay, you're in traffic. You already know you're going to be in traffic.
Exactly.
Now you can make it the most miserable traffic experience ever, and oh my god, I'm in traffic. Oh my god, I'm going to be like, oh my god, it's going to be the worst experience. Or how about I'm going to take this hour and I'm going to call someone who I haven't spoken to in a while.
Exactly.
Or I'm going to play my music, or I'm going to be in the quiet. That's where it's peaceful, and then it's not as long as a ride.
Not just as long, it's not as
tormented.
As tormenting because
right.
You're in the traffic jam. You're in the traffic jam. It is what it is. Right?
It
is what it is.
I always feel someone who says it is what it is has been through the shit. That's why it. It's been through it.
It's been it. It's it.
They've been through it. You're welcome.
It's great. No. So anyway, this is the question is how do you feel about the two topics I want to kind of recap is like, how do you feel in your costume? What do you connect to in the costume? Because connecting into the costume is your inner child. It's part of like, I guess like for me, I want to be this. It's like this hair all the time. I had this hair thing.
So I'm like, how do you feel in this right now? That's your inner child. Like, when we dress up, it is fun, and we put the makeup on, and why do we always have to do it at Halloween? This is what I tell my kids. You don't have to. If you want to dress up July 1st, who cares?
Exactly.
And as you get older, I remember I took my friend, I love her, and I said, when's the last time you swung on a swing? I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Let's go swing on a swing.
That's fun.
And we went swing. I'm like, how does it feel? And you don't have to. Why does it have to go away? Because we go through life experiences and we think as we get older, oh no, that's for children.
Yeah.
No, we are all the same. We are the same children.
Yeah, that's fun.
My son yesterday, I took my friend Virginia. We went to the furniture store. And she's very wise, very wise, and many years older than me. And I didn't make her. I asked her to sit in one of the chairs and pretend she was sleeping. We were watching people. So I took a picture of her. I sent it to my son. He goes, "Okay, Mom, Benjamin Buttons." I'm like, exactly.
Oh,
Why not have fun? It doesn't matter how old you are. Let's enjoy life. Let's live it. I love the costumes. Costumes are fun.
I love it. You got me hooked on that again. And I was like, oh, I see you now in HD. Oh, now up until now I saw you in SD. In standard definition. And now high definition.
All right.
It's like the airbrush on Photoshop, It's like when you do airbrushes on Photoshop, when you see all those models that they're wrinkless, And
I know, that's why even now I'm like, oh, wait, pose.
you know that
Okay.
we're almost up on the hour. Can you
Oh
imagine
no,
that?
that went. This was really fun, and
It
thank you so
was
much
really
who
fun.
joined and had fun. And any comments you want to make if you watch this later, love to
Anything.
know what your costume is, what your favorite Halloween costume is. Like I asked the children, and what your superpower is. What is your
Yeah.
superpower?
A custom.
Yeah, what it is.
What is your custom? What do you connect to? What do you connect to in that custom? What part of any custom that you have you connect to? That'll be fun too.
What
That'll be
mask?
fun.
What mask do you wear?
We wear masks every day.
Ugh,
We wear masks every
we
day.
do.
I mean, literally and figuratively.
Exactly.
Today we do it literally and
Yeah.
figuratively. We have the this thing that we put on our thing, on our
A
mouth.
thing that we put on our thing. I don't know what he's putting on his thing.
But
Hello. So this was fun. I could keep going. And
yeah,
talking
we can go forever and
Yeah.
ever, and you know, and it's really. I think this tent.
I
I think
love
we're going
the
to
vibe of the
migrate this
tent.
tent, and we will just keep that
It's lovely.
our
Are you going to wear the wig every week?
I don't know. You know,
Yeah, that's
I
great.
really like the wig.
That's
I
what I'm
think-
saying. We don't have to do it just today.
Why do only women have to wear wigs?
They don't have to.
Well, you know, it depends who you ask. If you ask a religious or
Well,
Judaic
this is
person,
morality again. We're getting
Kabbalistic.
back to man-made.
No, I get
laws.
that, but there are facts. You know, the woman's hair is a very is has a very strong energetic power. The woman's hair specifically, you know,
What is it equated to? Fertility and things like that.
temptation. Ah,
I don't have a desire to pull your hair though. It looks good on you though. It looks better on you than me. I was going to put on, but I didn't.
no,
Yeah.
you have a great natural wig.
No, but I like being
Yeah, I hear
brunette.
you, I hear
It's
you.
fun to be
No,
someone
it's,
else.
yeah, you're totally different with the brunette.
Yeah,
totally different.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the courage to have fun and to enjoy.
have the
Have
courage to have fun.
Have the courage to have fun.
I love that.
That is really at the essence of
Look what's in the word courage. Our age.
our age.
What?
Yeah.
See our age.
See our age.
Oh God. Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
See our age. Have fun. See courage to see our age of having fun.
Yeah.
The fun aging, courage having. The courage having
You're
fun
making
aging.
me go cuckoo
Chaka-laka-laka-laka.
dizzy. Sharmutas.
Oh. All
Have
right.
a sharmuta day.
That's our cue. All right. Thank you very much for being here. Abracadabra, create what you speak. Gina Ann, I'm iLan Azoulai. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay. Bye, y'all.
So should we leave them just running like a backstage kind of thing? Like an afterwards running? Like it's an after show?
Oh, like the bloopers?
Like a bloopers.
The blooper poopers.